Everett with your news briefing. There's unlikely to be an increase to job seeker payments despite persistent calls from welfare groups to lift it by 40%. The Treasurer is yet to rule out some support in the May budget, but it'll all depend on what they can afford. That's left Independent Senator David Pocock furious.
I simply don't buy this, that ensuring that people can be above the poverty line is inflationary.
Aussies in rural areas will benefit the least from Stage 3 tax cuts, according to new research from the Australia Institute. The electorates getting the smallest share include Lyons in Tassie at $39 million and Queensland's Maranoa at $53. Spokesperson Nat Grundoff says that's compared to more than $300 million going to North Sydney siders.
Half of this tax cut over the next 10 years goes to people on $180,000 a year. And we know that inner city areas have far more numbers of people who earn more than $180,000, and that's why they get most of the benefit.
The cuts were legislated by the previous government. Briefly, Victorian Premier Dan Andrews has been slammed in an anti-corruption probe into the awarding of lucrative contracts to the Labor-linked Health Workers Union in 2018. And the PM has urged Independent Senator Lydia Thorpe to get some support following her antics that have seen her banned for life from a Melbourne strip club.
After this, there is no turning back. You sip the red can, the story ends. You sip the black can, you enter dreamland. And I show you just how good the truth can taste. Take the Pepsi Max Taste Challenge.
The tackle is the talk of the AFL world following one-game bans handed to Essendon's Zach Merritt and Collingwood's Taylor Adams. Former Melbourne captain David Neitz is part of the tribunal that upheld the suspensions last night and has told listeners Footy Talk the onus is on players to tackle safely.
I think players just got to be a little bit more careful and understanding. I think they are in the large part. As I say, 800 tackles each week. There's 2 that show up, and I think players will get better and better at it.
And Mitch Marsh has been named in his first Aussie Test squad since 2019.
Selling the family home? Miller, Juan and John put you first.
This is SAFM weather.
Clouds lingering across the Limestone coast for the rest of the day. 16 degrees the top, down to a low of just 9 tonight, then a shower or 2 and 18 degrees tomorrow. More local news. Get free breaking news about our community. Download the Listener app, search for Limestone Coast, and add to your favourites now.